Astronomy. Ribby and I were back, and we have a special guest star. This is my ex-mother-in-law, Mrs. Curtis, and she is actually my evidence, albeit anecdotal, she is my evidence for the existence of aliens, because I assure you, number one, the universe is a big place, and it would be arrogant to assume that we are alone in the universe. And number two, there is no way that my ex-mother-in-law can be from Earth like everyone else. And I just want to start off saying that I am so bummed I don't get to cover this with you in person. This is the one part of the semester I look forward to the most. I included some of my favorite Mars attacks clips in the astronomy notes in the overview. Feel free to watch them. They're not going to affect your grade much, but they are kind of funny. I did, for a brief moment in time, consider videoing me and Ribby watching the entire movie and stopping and going over all the parts that I think are funny, but it will give you a little insight into my twisted sense of humor. Now, we gotta backpedal a little bit and talk about the real stuff as far as the existence of aliens and life elsewhere in the universe goes. First of all, we have here, and this is in your notes, what is called the Drake equation. And it's less important about knowing or memorizing the equation and understanding what the equation is based off of. Okay, so first of all, that M, that is the number of possible alien civilizations. Okay, that equals the probability of a lot of other things combined. All right, the first one is the rate of star formation, which is very vast. There are billions and billions and billions and billions of stars in the universe, and they're forming all the time. So that number, that R number, is huge. The second one, F of S, that is stars that would have potential to have planetary systems. And so that means they have to be more medium mass stars like our sun. High mass stars tend not to have planets for a couple reasons. Their gravity is really strong, that's number one, and number two, they live relatively short lives. Then they have F of P, which is stars that actually have planets, which there are several stars out there that actually have planets orbiting them. And then you have to consider planets that could support ecosystems of some type, because you can't have life on a planet unless it supports an ecosystem. And then that planet has to be there long enough with a functional star to actually have life. And then they actually have to have, quote-unquote, intelligent life, like we supposedly have, although I am on social media and I will debate the whole intelligent life thing just a little bit these days. And then that intelligent life has to have communications technology. Okay, Grandma, wake up! Okay, that intelligent life has to have communications technology, and then that civilization has to exist long enough for those signals to travel elsewhere in the universe. Because when you think about it, let's say, for example, that Grandma Curtis's home world was a planet 100 million light years away. All right? That means if the people on her planet were looking at Earth right this second, they would see the Earth as it was 100 million years ago, which means they would see dinosaurs, which in a weird sort of way is kind of cool. Now, along with the Drake equation is what is called Fermi's paradox. Okay, and that basically says if the universe is such a big place and there could be life out there, well then where is it? Why haven't we encountered it yet? Well, there's a couple different answers to that question. Number one is, oh, Earth is unique and special and we're the only life in the universe. Except again, the universe is a big, 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 big place. We'd be a little arrogant to think that. Some of the other possible explanations are the universe is a big, 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 big place. Even if there are other life forms out there, the time it would take for them to communicate with us or travel to us is longer than humans have been around or that we've had advanced technology. So just a little bit on where the actual reality of the existence of aliens is. However, I really do like that romanticism side, and I love going down that rabbit hole. And yeah, I have no real evidence that aliens exist, but I do have my anecdotal proof right here that aliens are indeed among us. I did have a student once when asked if he thought aliens exist, he says, yeah, and the government is hiding them. And I'm like, dude, the government's not hiding them. They are running the government. If you guys don't believe me, just look around.